Is it time for every senior in America to receive an extra $200 a month, no strings attached? With inflation eating away at fixed incomes, essential drugs priced like luxuries, and rent and groceries becoming unbearable for many, the call for action is growing louder. And now, a bold legislative push has returned to center stage, a proposal that could redefine retirement for millions of Americans. A coalition of lawmakers has revived the Social Security Expansion Act, a sweeping plan aimed at doing what many say should have been done years ago, giving older Americans a fair shot at dignity. At the heart of this bill lies a powerful promise: a $200 flat increase in monthly benefits for all Social Security recipients. That includes retirees, individuals with disabilities, and those relying on SSI. Over a year, that's a $2,400 raise, a figure that could mean survival for someone living on the edge. Why a flat increase? Because percentage hikes often leave those earning the least with crumbs, while the top end sees the biggest gains. This plan is different. It's not about rewarding wealth, it's about fairness. Consider this. Nearly a quarter of all seniors in the U.S. are living on less than $15,000 a year. For them, this increase isn't just helpful, it's transformational. It could mean paying rent on time, getting life-saving medication, or simply staying afloat in a system that's failed to adjust with reality. But where will the money come from? The proposal takes direct aim at one of the most glaring loopholes in the system: the payroll tax cap. As it stands, only the first $160,200 of income is taxed for Social Security. That means a CEO making $10 million pays the same into the system as someone making $160,200. That's not just imbalanced, it's indefensible. Under this bill, income over $250,000 would be subject to payroll tax, ensuring top earners carry a fairer share of the burden. And the numbers add up. According to projections, this change would extend the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund by at least 75 years, while fully funding the proposed monthly increases, without raising the retirement age or cutting existing benefits. This isn't just a patch, it's a full structural reinforcement, and it hits where the imbalance is greatest, at the top. Another fix buried in the fine print could have enormous impact, changing how inflation adjustments, COLAs, are calculated. Currently, Social Security benefits are tied to the CPIW, an index based on the spending patterns of urban wage earners, a group that doesn't reflect how seniors actually spend their money. The bill proposes a shift to the CPIE, which tracks senior-specific expenses like healthcare, housing, and prescriptions. This switch would lead to higher annual adjustments, better reflecting the real cost of aging in America. For seniors, this means their benefits would finally grow in sync with their reality, not someone else's. Then there's the minimum benefit floor, another broken promise the bill seeks to repair. Under current law, a person who worked a lifetime in low-wage jobs can still retire into poverty. The new plan would set the special minimum benefit at 125% of the federal poverty line, roughly $18,000 annually. This ensures no full-time worker ends their life in poverty simply because they earned too little. It recognizes decades of service in jobs that society relies on, like caregiving, agriculture, or retail, but rarely rewards. And the reforms don't stop there. The bill also seeks to reinstate benefits for students, children of deceased or disabled workers, who are enrolled in college or vocational training up to age 22. These benefits were scrapped in 1983. Their return would offer a critical lifeline to young people already facing the trauma of losing a parent or supporting a disabled household. This provision recognizes that investing in young people is a continuation of the commitment made by those who paid into the system. The momentum behind this proposal is significant. More than 25 national advocacy organizations, including the powerful Senior Citizens League, have lined up in support. Their message is clear. Social Security has failed to keep pace with reality, and reform can no longer wait. And the public remembers. During the 2020 campaign, President Biden pledged a $200 increase in Social Security benefits. That promise resonated deeply with seniors and people with disabilities, many of whom cast their votes based on it. But once in office, the pledge disappeared. This new legislation, though, doesn't rely on campaign trail promises. It's being formally reintroduced, with sponsors in both the Senate and House ready for legislative battle. But of course, not everyone is on board. Critics, particularly fiscal conservatives, argue that boosting benefits could worsen the financial health of Social Security. They warn that without massive cuts or additional revenue, the system could become insolvent even faster. Some also push back against higher taxes for the wealthy, calling them punitive or economically harmful. Others say the proposal doesn't go far enough, that even $2,400 a year doesn't bridge the gap created by decades of stagnant payments and rising costs. These critiques expose the core of the national debate. Should Social Security be trimmed for sustainability or expanded for justice? Time is running out. The trust fund is expected to hit a crisis point somewhere between 2033 and 2035, and for millions of Americans, that's not just a number, it's their future, their rent, their medication, their food. What this bill offers is rare, a complete roadmap, one that boosts monthly checks, repairs systemic flaws, funds itself through targeted tax reform, and recalibrates inflation adjustments based on how seniors actually live. It's not a fantasy. It's policy, scored, endorsed, and waiting to be passed. There's still room for debate. No plan is flawless, but unlike vague promises or partisan slogans, the Social Security Expansion Act brings substance to the table. And its message is clear. In the richest nation in human history, no senior should be choosing between medicine and meals. No lifelong worker should retire into desperation. No child should be left behind because a parent died working. This is a test not just of policy, but of priorities. Will lawmakers act now or watch the trust fund collapse under their inaction? And the bigger question, if the wealthiest can be shielded from responsibility while the most vulnerable wait for scraps, what kind of country are we becoming? Stay sharp. The battle over Social Security isn't just about benefits. It's about the soul of the system. If you care about protecting what's owed to hardworking Americans, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next critical update.